Jim. Commissioner Morrison just tried to reach you on the short wave. He requests that you come to Ndanga as quickly as possible. It's an emergency.
We've got one of our own. Skipper!
Looking for me, Dad? Some mask, huh, Dad? One of my friends among the masks I gave it to me.
A friend from the States sent me this. Maybe you'd be interested.
Dear sir, it is our duty to bring to your attention the very unsatisfactory quality of your son's grades, which have fallen off so sharply these past 2 months that we feel something must be radically wrong with his study habits. We urge you to check carefully and to exercise closer supervision. But Dad, there must be some mistake.
Not likely. It's addressed to me, and you're the only son I have.
But I've been grinding away pretty hard at those lessons. Haven't I, Cassim?
Indeed he has, Sab Jim. This is most surprising.
Well, you'll have to grind harder. I'm very disappointed in you, Skipper.
I'm sorry, Dad. Starting tomorrow.
Starting now. Into the house and into those books till supper.
Yes, sir. But I still think there's some mistake.
I've got to do something about this.
I wouldn't do anything rash, Sab. There's a saying, act in haste, repent in leisure.
There's another saying, a stitch in time saves 9. Maybe I'll think of that stitch on the way to Ndanga.
Appears to be here, Jim, in the elephant preserve just north of your place. According to native rumors, raider elephants have wiped out the crops of 3 villages in the last week. Are you listening, Jim?
Oh, yes. Sounds serious, Commissioner.
Serious isn't the word. A full-scale stampede in that area could be disastrous. The funny thing is, I can't imagine what can be stirring them up.
A big tusker needs 600 pounds of food a day. Could be they're running short.
Couldn't be. The foliage has never been thicker. Couldn't be water either. The rains were extra heavy this year. I say, Jim, you seem to be troubled, old boy. Is there anything the matter?
Oh, no, it's nothing. Just a little personal problem of my own. It'll be all right.
I hope so. Because I'd like you to go into the preserve as quickly as possible and find out why these elephants have got the wind up before they do any extensive damage.
I'll get at it as soon as I can.
I'll appreciate that, old boy. And Jim, please don't hesitate to call upon me if I can be of any help whatever with your trouble.
I won't. I just got an idea I think will do the trick.
Relax. I heard the plane coming. Hey, Cassim, Dad's coming. Want me to start setting the table?
If you will, please.
Sure. Hi, Dad.
Hi, fellas. This is Mrs. Haddock. My son, Skipper.
Well, how do you do, ma'am?
How do you do?
My friend Cassim.
Honor him, Sab.
And Tamba. He's practically one of the family. Mrs. Haddock is going to be staying with us for a while. She's going to be Skipper's tutor.
Tutor? Oh, no.
Skipper.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I was just surprised.
Now, young man, I'm positive we're going to get along famously.
Sure, ma'am.
The proper word is surely. Sure is an adjective. Surely an adverb. I'll explain that difference first thing in the morning.
I told Mrs. Haddock about your marks. She'll see to it that we get no more letters like the last one.
I'll do my best.
Skipper, please take the bags and show her to the guest room.
Yes, sir. Right this way.
Thank you.
Something tells me she's just what the doctor ordered.
Perhaps, Saab. But let us hope the medicine is not too strong for the patient.
I'm sorry I won't be around tomorrow when you start with Skipper, Mrs. Haddock. But I've got to leave for the elephant preserve right after breakfast.
Oh, pity.
Gee, Dad, can I go? You said I could next time.
May I go? And I really don't think you ought to if we expect to raise those graves.
But, Dad...
You heard what Mrs. Haddock said.
Yes, sir.
What takes you to the elephant preserve, if I may ask?
Oh, there's some kind of trouble up there. Could be a rogue elephant. Anything.
You'll pardon the correction, but according to the greatest authority on Africa, there's no such thing as a rogue elephant.
I don't know who this authority is, but I promise you, he'd change his tune awful fast if you ever had one charge him.
The explorer to whom I refer is none other than Professor Hans von Flugel, author of that classic work, Through Darkest Africa with Gun and Camera.
Von Flugel. Von Flugel. Oh yeah. Von Flugel.
I wasn't aware that I'd said anything particularly humorous.
You'll have to excuse me, Mrs. Haddock.
Who is this Professor von Flugel, Dad?
An old fake who never got any further into Africa than his hotel room in London.
Well, it so happens that I have a copy of his book with me. I wouldn't be without it. Just let me read you what he has to say about elephants. You see here. Here we are. Chapter 4. The African elephant, his habits, customs, and idiosyncrasies. The African elephant is a truly remarkable beast. Large, heavy, and sweet-tempered. He comes equipped with 2 long, pointed teeth called tusks, which are made of ivory and are quite valuable for fashioning into piano keys. And at one point, I observed many elephant trails of great age, all converging in the same direction. And became convinced that we were nearing the long-sought elephant burial ground. However, Mrs. von Flugel was tiring, and we were forced to discontinue the search.
Elephant burial grounds?
The place where all elephants go to die.
Forgive me, Mem Saab. I do not mean to contradict Professor von Flugel, but this business of an elephant burial ground is a fable.
Fable?
Indeed. Believed by the ignorant, even in my country.
Is that so? I appeal to you, sir, as one reputed to be knowledgeable of the jungle. Is there such a thing as an elephant burial ground or not?
Well, it's hard to say for sure. A lot of natives are still talking about it.
There.
I meant no offense, Mem Saab.
I'm sure not. But in the future, just remember one thing. That Professor von Flugel has written the book on Africa.
I'll try, Mem Saab.
See that you do. My, it's nearly 9 o'clock. I didn't realize it was so late. Time for Betty buys.
Betty buys?
That's right. One must get one's rest in the jungle, as von Flugel says.
But, Dad, I always stay up for the 9 o'clock news broadcast. Qasim says that way I keep informed about current events.
I dare say. But your real education will begin first thing tomorrow morning. Good night, young man.
You heard Mrs. Haddock.
Yes, sir. Betty buys. I tell you one thing, Tammy, that Mrs. Haddock has got to go. The only problem is how to get rid of her. No, that wouldn't work. It's too obvious. Dad would have a fit. He thinks she's great. Oh, got it. That old bull snake that lives in the swamp down by the river. It wouldn't hurt a fly, but if we got him and set him loose in her room, I bet she'd go screaming back to where she came from. What do you think? Okay, then. Let's sneak out and get him.
You'll do nothing of the kind, young man. It's 13 minutes after 9. Precisely 13 minutes past your bedtime.
Yes, ma'am. Go to bed, Sam.
That's better. Now, lights out.
The breeze seems to be shifting.
We'll circle with it. Move on to the next herd. There's no trouble here either.
It is strange. Perhaps the commissioner was misinformed.
Possible. Let's move on to the main herd.
Look,
A 416 elephant gun.
illegal hunters?
In this preserve, it couldn't be anything but illegal.
That would account for the reported unrest and raiding. I've seen a single gunshot stampede an entire herd. The commissioner should see this.
We're heading for Ndinga and the double.
No daydreaming, young man. Eyes on the book.
Yes, ma'am. I was just wondering what Dad and Cassim found out about the elephants and took them off in such a hurry.
Well, whatever it is, I'm positive that a careful study of Professor von Flugel's book would have made the trip unnecessary. No man ever knew as much about elephants as von Flugel.
And that story about the elephant burial grounds is really true?
As gospel. Elephants have been going there to die for centuries.
If that's the case, there must be an awful lot of ivory lying around someplace.
A veritable treasure. The first person to discover it will be rich beyond his wildest dreams.
I wonder what it would feel like to be rich.
I wouldn't know, and I'm not likely to.
But supposing you were the one to discover this elephant burial ground, and you became rich beyond your wildest dream, what's the first thing you'd do?
What would I do? I'd retire. I'd buy a place on Riviera and raise a garden. When I was a little girl, I loved gardening.
Riviera? Oh, where's that?
A heavenly spot on the south coast of France. Thousands of miles from here.
Thousands of miles from here?
4,100 as the crow flies, to be exact.
Mrs. Haddock, does Professor von Flugel's book give any idea of where those burial grounds might be?
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, it contains a map. Look. Right here.
Chapman Catfish. This puts it smack in the middle of the elephant preserve, just north of here. Why, that's where Dad and Cassim went this morning.
Is that so?
Sure is. I mean, surely, ma'am. I could take you there with my eyes closed. What do you say?
You mean now?
Sure, we could be there and back before dark.
But your lessons.
I'd say twice as hard tomorrow to make them up.
All right. We'll go.
Swell. I'll pack the lunch and things and get Tamba.
I'll get my hat and smelling salt.
Smelling salt?
That's right. Von Flugel always took smelling salt on safari.
So that's it, eh? Illegal hunters poaching ivory.
They're probably still in there. That shell couldn't have been fired later than yesterday, or it'd be corroded by now.
You're right. I wish you'd do me another favor, Jim. Go back there and find these elephant butchers for me, would you?
It'd be a pleasure.
Thanks, old boy. Here. Consider yourself deputized. Incidentally, there's a handsome reward involved.
We'll worry about that later.
If we can do anything at all to help stop this senseless slaughtering of animals, Sod Commissioner, we will be rewarded enough.
Knowing you two, I don't doubt it.
Come on, let's go.
Oh, just a minute, Jim. I nearly forgot this. Came for you in this morning's mail.
Saab?
Oh, yes and no, but see for yourself.
Dear Sir, please disregard our previous letter. Due to a clerical error, your son's grades were accidentally mixed up with those of another student. We are delighted to advise that Skipper's grades are excellent and trust that you will accept our deepest apologies.
Well, that sounds splendid to me. I should say Skipper's to be congratulated.
And apologized to as well. You see, I thought he was low in his grades, so I hired a professional tutor by the name of Mrs. Haddock.
Not Emily Haddock. The woman who thinks so much of that fake von Flugel?
The same.
Hear him?
Nonsense. That noise is made by wild apes.
Dad's afraid of elephants, not apes.
What does that simpering simian know about the jungle? Von Flugel says.
Apes or elephants. We better go carefully, Miss Haddock.
Lead on, young man. Most amazing.
Told you it was elephants.
But they're in water. Von Flugel states specifically that they rarely, if ever, go near it.
He does? But I've seen him in bathing lots of times. What's more, Dad says elephants...
This is no time for your father's tall tales, young man. Let's get on to the burial ground.
Skipper! Skipper! Mrs. Haddock! Oh, Skipper!
He's taken his bow and arrow, Saab, in his pack. Tom isn't around either.
I wonder where he could have gone.
On a little nature study hike, perhaps?
Not Mrs. Haddock.
I fear you're right.
Let's look around. Maybe we can pick up their trail. They seem to be headed straight for the elephant preserve.
You don't suppose they've decided to hunt for the elephant burial ground?
Skipper's got more sense than that.
But not Mrs. Haddock.
That's for sure. With those illegal hunters in there, there's no telling what might happen. Come on.
We must be getting near the burial ground. Those elephants look pretty sickly to me.
They do?
Practically on their last legs. Let's trek onward, as Von Flugel says.
Pipe down, Tamba. Stampede every elephant in the preserve. What's the matter with you, Tamba? Holy Toledo. Look, Mrs. Haddock. Look at it. I am. Let's take one back to Dad. He and Cousin can come back with us to get the rest.
Take your hands off that ivory. What are you doing here?
I don't see that it's any of your business.
Just answer the question.
Tell him, Mrs. Haddock. We've got nothing to hide.
We were looking for the elephant burial ground, if you must know, and we found it. This ivory is ours by priority.
The old gal's balmy.
Now, see here, my man.
So what, Auntie? For your information, that ivory belongs to us.
How come?
Never mind. Just beat it out of here, both of you, before you get hurt.
We'll do no such thing. Skipper, stand your ground.
Yes, ma'am. Tamba, run find Jungle Jim.
Jungle Jim?
He's my dad.
Maybe they've got the right idea. I've heard of this Jungle Jim. He's a pal of the commissioner. What about them? We'll take them with us, just in case. Now start moving.
We're staying right here.
Now don't be difficult. We haven't the time.
Better do as they say. Looks like they mean business.
You're making sense, Sonny. Now get.
I warn you, the authorities shall hear of this.
Tim, where's Skipper?
It's the main herd.
The wind's wrong. It's blowing our scent right to them.
Maybe the kid's right. Let's get out of here fast.
It's Dad and Cassine.
It's a stampede.
You all right, Skipper?
Yes, Dad.
Here's one of the poachers sobbed in.
Terrible. Where's Mrs. Haddock?
Behold.
Steal my ivory, will you?
You sure you can't stay with us for a few more days, Mrs. Haddock?
I'm afraid not. Besides, now that we know how well you're doing with your schoolwork, there's no need. There's the riverboat. I'd better hurry.
I'll help you with these, Memsat.
Thank you, Cassie. I'll take this.
All right.
Since you insisted on my keeping all of the reward money for the capture of those terrible men, I want you to have this as a token of my appreciation.
Oh, Mrs. Haddock, you didn't have to do that.
I know, but in the light of your generosity, I could do no less. Goodbye,
Goodbye.
and good luck.
Goodbye, Mrs. Haddock. Send us a postcard from the Riviera.
I will. Goodbye.
Ha ha ha!